Welcome back, our dearly appreciated listeners. My name is Recap Roger, and this week I'm filling in for the three media junkies while they're busy setting up their first ever video recorded episode. Now I'm that excited. So, kick back, relax, grab your snacks, and enjoy the Junkies Jumbotron.
But we have a fly problem here, apparently.
The hunter just killed it, so we're good.
Okay. Okay, well,
Another one.
Mario Kart? So,
Mario Mood Kart. Change here.
Yeah, so, wait. Where's my stuff?
Which basically is this huge leviathan that gets bigger as it lives, basically like a lobster.
Okay.
I'll talk about lobsters after this.
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Hello, Media Junkies. This is Future Austin speaking.
His name is John.
No, he just told me the
numbers.
face.
No.
Your perfect day. Bendy came out, no school. That's all I got.
Good. Hi, I'm Derek Baum. Okay.
Derek Bob.
Say goodbye to dirty stains and dirty surfaces with new kitchen gun.
Well, as a little after talk before we end this episode off.
Can lobsters die?
This is one of the best stories ever written or ever told. And then the show came out. Something just isn't making sense to him. It's just like with the bacon. Just like with the bacon.
And so I was like, Mom, are you still mad at me? And she was like, for what? I was just peeing out the window, and I could have just asked you, but instead I went off my own and looked it up. You kissed Victory on the lips, but it was your cousin. It was just us talking.
It is us talking. It is a podcast.
To be fair, that's the whole point of a podcast.
Toby Fox.
We do talk sometimes.
Welcome, Media Junkies.
I need you to stop your yapping for just a moment.
I want them to have pain.
Yeah, you know what? Let them suffer.
Okay.
Yeah, let them
Wow.
suffer.
You had neither of you get a point for that one.
Now wasn't that just a trip down memory lane? Well, enough of the theatrics. Now we get into the haughtiest, the most knee-slapping, the most gut-busting bits imaginable. Sit back and remember all the times you laughed with the three media junkies.
If a genie gave you one wish, what would it be? So you don't have three wishes, you have one wish.
Oh. Okay, just one wish.
Yes.
Bro, it just got deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I thought about my answer for this for many years. Because I think I'm very smart. If a genie appeared and was like, okay, you have one wish, I would say, I wish I could do anything. And then I could do anything, and that would be it. I could just do whatever I want.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have to waste a wish, wouldn't have any drawbacks, I could just do anything. I could just snap my fingers and become a god, you know.
Okay,
So that's a good idea.
So this is a very good question because it's very lighthearted. It's funny. It's a party question, you know, to ask people when you want funny responses. If a genie gave me one wish, I'd probably wish that he'd bring my dad back to life.
Okay.
Awkward.
I told you, very funny questions.
I thought my answer was hilarious.
Yes.
I outsmarted the genie. Okay, to start things off, William Afton works as a security guard or not security guard, but he made these animatronics and works at this pizza place to spread joy and happiness. He made these robots to sing songs to the kids. You know, he has these robots that also give them treats, that kind of thing. He lets them play and stuff. And his main goal at the very beginning and always is that he wants people to be happy. He always is in the pursuit of making others happy.
Okay.
He made these robots to make people happy. He gave robots to rent out to people for birthday parties and such that gave them treats and things like that. He works with noble people like Henry Emily, who also made all of these animatronics alongside of him to, just make the world a better place, I guess you could say. I mean, that's pretty far-fetched, but it is true. Animatronics make the world a better place. Everybody knows this.
Because Chuck E. Cheese.
And yeah, no, I can't get past the fact that he murdered a couple kids, but this is justifiable.
Oh, okay.
His own son murdered his other son, his brother. Michael Afton murdered Evan Afton, his brother.
Wasn't it by accident, though?
Was it by accident, though?
That's a good question.
I don't think it was by accident. And it was killed by William's own creation. So this would obviously make him pretty mentally unstable, as any person would. And he got out his anger. It was a mistake. He knows. I'm sure he understands that it was not intent. Like he knows it's a bad thing to do. But it was. It's just he had to work through something. You got to cut him some slack. All right. He's having enough go of it.
Okay.
His other daughter got killed by somehow.
Interesting.
And his other son, Michael, just is working hard to avenge himself, I guess, after killing Evan. He's trying to work hard to make himself a better person, but he doesn't do anything really that remarkable. Really, in all reality, Michael is worse than William, because Michael kills his brother and then doesn't justify it. He just immediately goes to wanting to kill William, a nice person. So obviously, Michael really is the true villain here.
Yeah.
He even says at the end of Security Breach, "I'm going to come find you to kill you." After what he.
What a jerk!
I know.
What a jerk!
He's gonna kill him. His own father.
His own dad.
His own father. Wow.
He's just on this murderous rampage. After finding out how much fun murdering was, after he killed his own brother, he was like, "I need some more of this action. I need some juice."
So his poor, unsuspecting father is who he's going after.
Yeah.
What an absolute
that
jerk!
Poor man.
Yep. His own father, who also remember those kids that he killed, but
those kids
that don't really matter.
Yeah.
They forced him to go into a springlock suit, which crushed all of his bones and half killed him. He's a walking corpse now because of these kids. This is terrible, but these kids forced him into this robot just to cause him the most amount of pain ever.
Are you serious?
So much pain.
Aw, that poor man.
Which has to be more pain than he ever caused. It's really, really sad. Moment of silence for
Okay.
William. I'm tearing up here, and this is a really sad tale.
Look at you
And after that, in the third FNAF game, Michael burns down the establishment where his father is, where his corpse is walking around. He burns it down to the ground. William survives, but it was out of the malicious intent of Michael's heart that he wanted to kill his father and burn this place to the ground.
William has been utterly manipulated and
everything that he's done has just been him being beaten down. And then he gets sent to hell. After all these nice things he does, God made a mistake.
God made a mistake.
I guess that doesn't really... Anyway, Cassidy sent him to hell.
Yes.
Cassidy made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
One of the kids he killed. And he was tortured there by all the robots that really Michael brought about their wrongdoing. And William was just left to be tortured forever until he got brought back again, which he didn't want to be, I'm sure, because everyone hates him.
Dang, bro.
Ignore that last part. Not everyone hating him. Yeah. That's about it. Because I'm a nerd for stories and good stories. Storytelling.
Do you know is there a name for the genre you just described?
I said big horror.
Oh.
So I guess that's what we're calling it, big horror.
Psychological? Is that what you're talking about, maybe? Psychological, like mental, like
psychological.
Just
Like it's
I
really
don't think
horror. That's a franchise horror.
franchise horror.
I
Okay.
guess that's what I would call it.
Story-based horror.
But I like big horror.
I think it's
Big horror.
story horror was what I was thinking too.
Okay.
This doesn't sound like a word anymore. We're saying horror.
Yes. Horror.
We're
That's
saying
what
the
we
other word.
said. That is what we
We're
said.
saying.
Big horror.
I'm gonna
Just
say
to clarify.
I'm gonna say the first word of the entire horror. And then it vanished. Gone. Luke stands up, gets out of his bed. He stands up and then he gets out of his bed. This is very important. This is very important.
I rise.
He arises out of his bed.
He hears knocking on the door. I'm at your front door. He wakes up again. Regular stuff happens. He has pancakes from his mommy. Then the day goes on, and he goes back to sleep. He wakes up at 2:59 a.m.
Okay.
And then he hears thumping.
It gets closer to 3 a.m.
He hears thumping downstairs. I am in your kitchen.
Yo!
He's the mommy cooking the pancakes. Okay.
Okay.
His mother
Then
is
the
not
next
real.
day he has a regular day, and then he goes back to sleep again because he has to get his beauty rest. And he wakes up at 3 a.m. No, I just picked an arbitrary time. I didn't mean for it to be straight. Then he hears, I am coming up the stairs.
Whoa.
Then he wakes up, has a regular all day. Then he goes back to sleep, and he wakes up at 3:01 a.m.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Then he hears knocking at his bedroom door. I am at your door.
Oh.
Pancakes for you.
And then he wakes up and has a regular day, and he goes back to sleep. And for the rest of his life, nothing else happened.
He wakes up and there's just pancakes in his
Nothing else happened.
Nope. That's the end.
Nothing happened.
But it traumatized him throughout the rest of his life.
I guess.
Here's
Yeah.
our first ad for merch.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most of you listening have heard us talking about this, but buy our merch.
Well, yeah, it's not available yet, but
Whenever we do think about
Yeah.
making it, we will.
stickers. That's definitely what the main thing we're getting. Shirts, yeah.
No hats.
No hat.
No.
What do you mean no hat?
I don't know.
That's an essential.
I feel like,
It's like a necessity.
if we make too much, then we're gonna have to up the price because
Luke, that's you. The hat is you. You are the hat.
what are you talking about?
We're going to etch a piece of flesh every time the hat.
What? Oh, okay. To save
Yeah.
money. I get it. Okay.
Just like
You know what? Okay, everybody, shut up. Put some music over this, future Austin. This is our first ad for Nobody Talk Over Me. Be
Okay,
polite.
I
This is
won't.
our first ad. Yeah, it's not out yet. We don't have any merch for you to buy yet, but I know you want to buy it. Okay, so just wait in the probably for a long time, but we'll have it soon. Stickers, shirts, hats, maybe a pant of some kind. I'm not sure exactly. We'll see about that. Buy our merch, but in the future. This is to the future versions of you that have money to buy our merch because the merch is available because we did the merch. Luke is a great person.
Why?
Oh, to get into that. He's such a gentleman. I mean, the way he dresses, he's always on time. Every time we do our podcast episodes, he's always here and ready.
Okay.
He's always energetic. He's always helping out the community by he's really nice and kind to everybody. He's always being nice to everybody. As I've said before, he's a people's person.
Yeah, it's not a phrase.
He talks to everybody. He's
It shouldn't be this hard.
yeah, you're a good person because
Expound.
no, you're
Okay, I won't make him run the whole time.
you're a good.
It's not in Austin's nature to give compliments. I apologize.
Same.
You know what? You know what? I'm surrendering all my points. Luke is a terrible person, and this is why. Luke is a horrible person because he structured this episode. He wants to build his ego. He every episode he's left little. He's planned this. He's tortured us with this episode. Every little detail's been planned. He's methodically thought this out like a psychopath, because that's what he is. Luke's a psychopath, and he wants to ruin mine and Hunter's life.
Okay, well, Austin has negative 7 points now.
Yeah, so we don't know what's going on.
They have no idea.
Luke's episode. The episode.
What about us?
No.
What?
It's my episode, y'all. Heads, Hunter wins. Tails, Austin loses.
What you've done.
Yeah.
The thing you did to him. You terrified him.
I did.
You almost ruined his entire
I
life.
put our podcast at stake on
You
purpose.
almost ruined his life. Luke answers, because I don't like this podcast. I hate it. I hated it from the very beginning. This idea was stupid. I hate you, Hunter, and I hate you, Austin.
We're starting the episode.
We're starting the episode, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be a funny bit. I swear, it's gonna be funny. So Luke just went to. God, I'm so close to the mic. Luke just went to get a drink. So we're just gonna start this without him.
Okay.
I'm not gonna introduce the topic yet, but we can make fun of him. He's gonna be there for so long.
He's gonna be there for a while. He looks really stupid.
What a loser poop head.
What an idiot.
I know.
Imagine.
Me and Hunter both got waters because we're healthy, and Luke's probably.
We're not healthy. We're dying. Actually, that's why.
Look at him. Look at him waiting over there. Look at him.
He's so stupid looking. Like,
I know.
what?
Send him a text in the group chat. Send him a text. Tell him we started the episode. He needs to get his butt over here. Tell him we're on the clock right now. Like, hurry up, man.
Just texted him. We started already.
I'm gonna explain what's going on. He's checking his phone right now.
He's gonna be so mad.
He's shaking his head.
He's so mad.
Okay, he's sending something in the chat. What? Let's see. No, he said he doesn't believe us.
Well, that sucks, nerd.
I'll send him a picture of the.
Once you listen to this episode, you'll understand.
I'm sending him a picture of the recording. We did indeed start.
We have started, buddy boy.
He's currently staring off into space, waiting for his drink.
Yeah. So, how's your day been?
It's been pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Another reason I'm doing this is because I need to pad out this episode for as long as we got.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, the topic today is probably going to be pretty short.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense why you would want to start right now.
Yeah. He's checking. Oh, he's looking at me.
He's gonna get so mad. But you know, it's good to start out the episode a little bit earlier, just to talk about stuff.
Yeah. He said, "Nice audio test, losers." Not an audio test, man.
We're not audio testing, buddy boy.
We genuinely started.
We have genuinely started. I cannot wait for you to listen to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do not cut any of this out at all.
I'm not. It's all going in.
Good.
You know what? We need to have a chat with the viewers today, or the listeners.
Mm-hmm.
How's your day going, you listeners?
I hope you guys are having a good day.
Yeah.
I hope Christmas goes well for you guys too.
Yeah. Christmas is coming up. New Year's is coming up.
Yeah.
We gotta start working on our specials. Obviously, we're doing our Christmas one after this. I guess I will explain a little bit of this.
Ooh.
Well, actually, I'll wait till Luke gets in here to
I think
talk
we should
about
talk
that.
about it right now.
Well, yeah.
Be kind of funny.
I feel like he'd have some good insight. Oh, did he actually get like a? Oh no, he just got his vanilla cream.
He is coming back.
Drizzle.
So yeah.
He's coming. Here he comes, guys.
So yeah.
Yep, there he is, the man of the hour.
Close the door.
I'm fashionably late.
Yep.
You are fashionably late.
Luke prioritized getting a drink over.
Listen,
how dare you?
Recording a
so
podcast
they didn't
episode.
tell me they were gonna start recording.
Rocking around
Make
the Christmas tree and the Christmas party.
I forgot that.
I forgot.
Oh, this
one, Hunter. Okay.
All right.
That's a good one. I like this one. This one might be 110 for me because I think it's fun.
I also
it's kind of like a party vibe, you know. Which is kind of my vibe, you know.
2. Why?
It sucks.
You don't like this one?
I'm kidding, not a 6.
A 6. Okay.
I just blab on this one.
I think 2
Yapper.
10s is stronger
Speaking
than 1
Japanese.
6, right? Is that how that
Yeah,
works?
we can
Speaking
bring it down to a 9
Japanese.
if he really
A
believes
9.
it's a 6.
Okay.
Speaking Japanese right now.
Okay. I don't know what that has to do with Christmas, but
You know.
oh, okay.
God, bro. On God.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. All right.
They just went. Hunter just went through all of the Hunter-isms. Like, in like a
No,
minute.
there's more.
Okay.
Just can't
There's
use them.
more.
Just can't
Son
have
of a
them.
gun.
Yeah.
Just can't have them on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Now go blow your nose.
Yeah, go blow your nose.
Okay.
Do
I'll be
it
right back.
now.
Yeah, Christmas conversation. You hear me?
Christmas related?
Yes.
Has to be Christmas?
Yes.
Yes.
Have to be Christmas?
Yeah. It
Yes.
does.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Alright.
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
Jingle
time.
bells and ho ho ho.
Hey, it's Christmas.
Alright,
He
so.
opens up the door again. He's like Christmas.
Yeah, so,
Christmas.
I knew it. I got it.
probably on Christmas.
On Christmas, yes. We should kill him on. We should go to his house. On Christmas.
On Christmas. Christmas
You hear
related.
that, Austin? On Christmas.
Not on God. On Christmas.
On Christmas. That's gonna be my new thing for the rest of December. Is gonna be on Christmas.
Good. That's a good one. We talked about how many Christmas minutes were left.
How Die Hard is not a Christmas movie,
Okay.
but Die Christmas Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Blowing my nose turned to having to take a dump. So I'm sorry about the
Okay,
long.
you did not need to know that. You could have just said
A
it took you a long
Christmas
time.
dump.
We were talking
I'm
about
going
how
to
you knew
beat you
A very jolly.
on Christmas.
He's gonna Christmas.
Shh. Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
He won't know. He doesn't listen to 3 Media Junkies.
Yeah, he won't. He definitely won't be hearing what our conversation was when he edits the episode. Exactly.
Thank you.
On Christmas.
On Christmas. Yeah.
Pure strength.
Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, we're a strong bunch here
I
in the
know.
Media Junkies.
He punches holes in the wall.
Yeah.
You throw iPads at the ground and they break, and I break mics on accident.
You snap a little tiny little. That's strong. We can tell who's stronger here. Who would win in the boxing match?
Well, he's the one that punches a hole in the wall. I haven't punched I haven't punched a wall before, so I don't know how long. I don't know how hard I can.
The wall would be able to withstand my strength.
I
I
think
am pretty
For
strong.
homework tonight.
I would break the whole wall.
For homework, everyone needs to go home, punch
Yeah.
a hole in the wall, and whoever's fist isn't broken, they're
Yeah.
the strongest.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's the strongest.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to tell my mom exactly what you told me to do, and if she gets mad, I can blame it directly on you.
Yes.
All right, got it.
Okay.
Luke.
Okay.
All right, you
Grandpa,
like the
shut up.
Yeah. You know, I thought it'd be like a fire or something.
No.
But
And then because that's why I have the electric and fire powers
right.
because
Okay.
of that. Yeah.
I got you.
And
okay.
I passed out obviously because you know what happens when you get struck by lightning.
Mm. Wow, that is the second villain today I've had that's been struck by lightning.
Yeah,
That-
it's
or-
kinda- it's
or
kinda- it's
hero. I mean, not villain. You're not a
Wait a
villain.
second, what?
I meant to
I'm
say
not a
you're-
villain.
No, you're a good guy.
I am
yeah.
appalled.
I mean, it could be it could be very dangerous if you were to become a villain.
Yeah. But
How-
that's very mean to say. I am a hero.
Okay, I understand. Well, do you play well with others? Is my question.
I'm not playing really well with you right now. Okay. I
Right.
don't like you very much right now.
He's got a hot head.
Okay, so do you have a temper? Because no.
Yes. And you're making it really bad.
Okay. See, this is where the problem lies in your powers. You're very strong.
Yes.
So were you to
I could beat you up
someday-
right now.
Yeah. This is not hero-esque talk that I'm receiving.
I'm not saying I am. I'm not saying I'm going to. I just said I can.
Okay.
Very hot-headed, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. Very, very worrisome. Were you to use your powers in the wrong way, I will say.
Yeah. Just
So I will have to consider that in the hiring process.
So now we have another game to play, which I will not be hosting.
Yes.
That was
this-
fun.
It is I who is be hosting today.
I don't know who that
Wow,
is.
see?
I don't know. who that is.
See?
I
Yeah.
think it's actually Hunter, so get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, now, wasn't that just a riot? Oh, boy. Huh? What? Really? Right now? Alright, chaps. Sounds like a Luke Gordon has something to say about the gut-busting bits. Take it away, Luke.
I've said before many times that laughter is my favorite feeling in the whole world. And getting to be on a podcast gives me the opportunity to hear the funniest conversations between my friends and I back again. And that's a really unique opportunity I think that everybody should be able to experience at least once in their life.
Right then. Couldn't have said it better myself, Lukey. Now, moving on. Grab your hot cocoa. Grab a blanket, maybe. Start a little fire under the chimney. We're getting into story time with the 3 Media Junkies.
I've been holding this story for the next episode of the podcast for probably over a week now.
Yeah.
I've been hyping it up to them because it is probably like it's still probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And it's all my fault.
Okay.
It's all my fault. It's
God.
probably the dumbest. You think me losing my keys at the game was
Oh,
bad?
yeah.
This is a whole nother level. This is absolutely crazy. So,
Alright.
I'll,
stage.
I'll like introduce the topic after the story,
Mhm.
but we need to get this out of the way.
I
Yeah.
really want to hear this story.
Okay.
Hopefully you find this entertaining too.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous to even. I don't like telling people about this.
The scary part
This
about
happened
this,
a week ago.
the scary
Yes.
part about this is that he told us that it affects us both.
Yes.
All 3 of us actually.
If it was worst case scenario, because it wasn't worst case scenario, but if it was, it would have affected you guys.
Alright, let's just go.
We would not be here today. I'll just say that. I'm dead serious. We would not be here today.
Well, we would be alive, just not here.
We would not be here today. Interpret that as you will.
Tell the story, come on.
Okay, enough hype. So, it was a beautiful sunny day. And I was ignoring all of it at Cave. I wasn't working. I was just there, just chilling after school. I think it was, it was after practice. And earlier in the day, I had made plans with my friend. He said once he gets out of, I think, what's the sport where you play video games? Esports. Yes, esports. Once he got out of esport practice, or whatever, that I would come pick him up. I'd bring him a coffee or whatever, pick him up, and we'd hang out for a bit. So, the story starts. I'm going to leave Cave to go pick him up. I have his coffee, right? On me, the possessions that I brought, because I was there for a long time. I brought my laptop, and I brought my... I like how Hunter's already reacting.
I feel like I already know how it's gonna end.
I brought my laptop, and I brought my Nintendo Switch, because I was getting some work done, I'm pretty sure, for the podcast, and I was playing some whatever... Probably Hollow Knight, I imagine. So I'm leaving. I have his coffee. I have all my stuff, and I'm going to my car. And I get to my car, and I'm like, oh dang it! I forgot my keys back at Cave. So I'm like, okay, I don't feel like carrying all my stuff here. So I'm like, cause I was bringing him a frozen drink. I was bringing my friend a frozen mocha, and I was like, okay, well I don't want it to melt, so I found a shady spot on the ground to put it.
Oh,
Interesting.
Luke has no idea where this is going.
Oh, God.
So I put his drink in the shade on the ground, and I just set my my laptop and my Switch on top of my car.
Oh my gosh,
run-
why?
Just for it to sit there.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Just for it to sit there while I'm running back to running back to Cave. All right. Just okay. So I run back to Cave. I'm like, holy crap, I hope my keys didn't get stolen or something. They didn't. They're there.
Mm-hmm.
Happy ending.
Yay.
I go, I get back to my car. All my stuff's still there, thank God.
Wow.
Jeez.
Everything's still there, even the drink, it's fine.
Phew.
I get in my car and I leave. And I'm like, okay, I can't, I'm gonna be late picking this guy up, but I have his coffee and whatever, it's fine. I'm driving for a solid 5 minutes, and I'm like, wait a minute. Where's my stuff?
You did not. You saw
There is
So-
no way on the planet.
So I swear on everything. So this is a 100% true story. I did not make any of this up. I am driving and I'm like, oh my glob. That's not what I said. I was freaking out. I was freaking out and I'm like, oh my god. So I pull in to the library parking lot. I get out and I check the top of my car. So I was by the Barberton Public Library. And the switch is still there. The switch is still sitting on top of my car. My laptop is gone. And I'm like, oh my god.
No.
Where is my laptop?
How did the laptop is flat? The switch is like all bumpy. How did the?
I don't. It's probably because where's my case at? My case is somewhere, but
Okay.
it's a really hard case, so I imagine it might have helped keep it on top of my car.
Jeez.
I was driving with my stuff on top of my car for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And my laptop's just gone. I'm like, oh my god. I throw my switch in my car. I'm like, if this thing broke, if this laptop is gone, and this was before we uploaded our first episode.
Oh no.
So if this laptop
yeah.
broke, everything would have been gone. I don't know if there's a way I would have been able to get the footage or the
Jeez.
recording. So keep in mind, in my mind, I'm thinking our podcast is at stake here.
Yeah.
My livelihood is at stake here. So I trace my steps and drive back every street that I went down. There's only like 2 streets because I'm going down the street that goes to the Barberton Public Library.
Also with the stress of having to pick your friend up soon.
Yes.
So you're in time
Yeah.
crunch here.
And I see it sitting on the side of the road. And I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
And there was a car in front of me, and I was like, please don't, please. I swear, when I was driving, I thought I saw it run it over.
Oh,
I
really?
swear I thought the tire went over it, but there's no way because this laptop would have been smothered.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Jeez.
I get out of my car in the middle of the street. I just don't care about being hit by cars or anything. So I literally run over, I grab it, and I'm like, there's no point in even opening this. It's gonna be shattered. It literally flew off of the top of my car. I open it. It's 100% fine.
Oh my
Jeez.
And I'm like, there's no way that just happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's insane.
So, let me get this straight.
yes.
You saw the stuff on the top of your car as you were walking out, right?
Yes.
And you got into your car knowing full well they were up there, and then you forgot to grab them
Well,
from in your car.
I didn't get in my car thinking that they were up there. I got in my car for some reason with the coffee. I was more worried about the coffee.
Yeah.
So
Because you didn't want it to melt, you know?
Yes.
More important. The coffee's more important.
Right, exactly. So
Priorities.
naturally, my brain forgot that I put all of my belongings on top of my car.
Thank God.
And the only thing, I'll try and do this without making too much noise.
Yeah.
The only damage is this right here. This little thing is
Yeah,
is chipped a little bit.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's the only damage.
Oh.
I see what you're saying now. How he texted us and said it's like a story fell out of the sky. Because it's like
It's so insane. Like I wouldn't mind if you didn't believe it because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so crazy. Like it, but I
Jeez.
swear it did happen.
What's funny
I
to me is
believe
that
it.
it could have gone so bad, but
Yes.
the fact that it got so close, but like
Yes.
just
That's
like-
why I was like,
But it
it's the
didn't.
perfect.
yeah,
like,
I know.
Exactly,
There's no
yeah.
tragedy, and it was still very crazy
Yeah,
and hilarious
it's-
and funny too.
and that's how it would have
'Cause
affected you guys. We wouldn't be here because
Yeah.
if my laptop broke, podcast over.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we could have started fresh or something, but
Yeah.
we wouldn't have had our first 2 episodes. I don't remember if our second one was recorded by then.
It wasn't. No.
No, it was recorded.
It was,
I remember
actually.
because
Oh,
it was
was it?
before we. It was 2 weeks ago. It was the week that we were gonna go to your house.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, we were hyped for this. We were actually hyped for this story for 2 weeks.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
it was 2 weeks.
The day before he texted us, we literally had a cross country meet, and so he was there, and I was like, so I guess it's not so important that he didn't need to. I was trying so hard to piece together what this could possibly be in my mind.
Yeah. Did it come to anything
No.
close?
When I
I thought
heard
like
you
the
say,
actions
when I
leave the
heard you
file.
say you left it on top of your car, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
pointed
why
like-
I tried to say it so nonchalantly, like, I put it on top of my car, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to give it away.
And I was still like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And I tried swerving it to where, like, you wouldn't know where the story was going.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
want the coffee to melt, so
Yeah,
I
I
put
did
it
it
in
with the coffee.
shade.
I put it in the shade.
Bro.
Focus on the coffee, not
Yeah.
the computer and the switch.
Exactly.
The coffee is the most important part.
Yeah,
Okay.
you had 2 weeks to plan to tell that story, so you were like,
Yes, I was,
how am I gonna do
and I've already told it a few different times to other people. Just
Wow.
like I was
This is
just like,
cool.
this is another little funny story.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh my god.
Not as crazy as the last one. It's not even crazy. It's just kind of funny. So as you know, I was sick a little bit a few days ago.
Yeah.
I don't think I really emphasized how sick I was. I was very sick.
On Tuesday, I could tell you were kind of like groggy.
Yeah, and like
Very
the night, I think Wednesday night, I really came down with a fever and stuff, and I was like dying basically. And so what happened is, so when I get sick, I get like really delirious and out of it.
Oh god.
And so because I was so delirious, I took my symptoms as like I really thought I was gonna die. I didn't think I was gonna wake up the next morning because I was trying to fall asleep and I just had a pounding headache. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears.
I hate that.
Yeah, and that really freaks me out. So that just added to it. And so basically, what I did, I grabbed a sticky note, and I wrote on it. This is what I wrote. On this sticky note, I wrote, "If I die,"
It's going to bed.
I wrote, "If I die, give Luke and Hunter my laptop so they can continue the podcast." And I stuck it to my forehead.
Oh my.
And I didn't find the sticky note again until this morning. I didn't know what happened to it.
I wanted to see it.
Oh, I should have
been
brought it.
That was
That
your
would have
will
been
and
such a sick
testament.
souvenir to have.
That I could have just slapped it down.
Yeah.
Dang it, I should have done that.
Dang.
But
That,
yes,
that was your will and your will and testament. What do they call it?
Is
just
that
like
A will.
will.
That's what his will is gonna be.
Yeah,
Just give the
sticky note.
laptop to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so sick that I thought I was gonna die, and I wanted you to continue
Yeah.
the.
Do you honestly think that if you die, we'd be able to figure all of this nonsense out?
I think I could.
Probably, yeah.
The ep-
I probably could.
Yeah. I mean, he does the majority of the behind the scenes editing.
Yeah.
So
I just need to learn how to do editing.
this is
stuff,
an
and I
important
think
thing to
I
talk
could do
about. If any of us dies, let's just hope it's not Austin.
that. I mean, I could do the
That's an
recording.
interesting
I could do
way to
recording.
put it.
I could do recording and stuff.
Yeah.
I just need to learn how to edit a little bit better. and
We're just gonna
I
like
could
start
do-
the episode and just start
I
crying.
could just like we could just get rid of Austin.
No.
Oh God! I
At
should
this
have
point-
given these guys power. They're gonna overthrow me.
Wait, we literally said in the group chat. We said that the episode was gonna be us killing Austin.
Oh God! This morning we had a cross country race. It was my last race. Yours too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke's too.
My Luke's and mine last race. It was our last race,
Mine is
and
really good, so he has more.
yeah. So I overslept, so I didn't get to ride the bus there or back with them. I just drove myself. And obviously because of that, they were there first. Our little tent that we stay in was all set up and everything, and they didn't think that I was there when I was. So I go inside the tent, and I'm not really looking for them, but I'm like, oh, they're not in here. And the tent's all closed up and all that. And then I'm just talking to some of the teammates for a minute, and I set my stuff down and all that. And then I unzip the tent, and I walk out, and they're standing right there, oblivious to the fact that I was even in the tent
Yeah.
or on the premises at all. So it was it was almost like I just teleported.
I know.
That's the closest you'll get to ever feeling like someone just teleported.
I
to
literally
you.
was like, how? So
what went through my mind immediately, because I'm very stupid. I thought that
I'm very stupid.
I thought that he I don't know, like I thought that he had somehow snuck in through the back of the tent just to like surprise us, or that he literally just teleported into the tent. The tent is a dimensional rift.
The first one makes sense, but the second part, no.
Yeah.
But I didn't even realize like how it would have looked from their perspective at first.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is funny?
Like, we were just talking a little bit before, like, oh, where's Austin? Like, we
Really?
We're talking about where Austin is.
He just comes out of the tent all of a sudden.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
we wished him into existence.
Yeah.
Starts off. Dark, stormy night.
Oh!
Banging at the windows. He's trying to sleep. Luke is trying to sleep. He hears banging at the window. Stop banging on the table.
The sound effects were added in post.
Scary. The noise, right? It stays for a good hour, and then it vanishes. Gone. Luke stands up, gets out of his bed. He stands up and then he gets out of his bed. This is very important.
I rise.
He rises out of his bed, right? And
Right.
He opens up the window. After he hears the banging stop. There's nothing. Vanished. But he looks out into the woods. Red eyes.
Oh.
Red eyes staring directly at him.
Oh my god.
And he hears a screech in that direction.
Right. I remember this vividly.
He hears a screech, and he closes the window, and he goes to the living room to fall asleep. Because he wants to go back to sleep because he doesn't want to remember the night. He's in a cabin, so no service, no one to call.
Why am I there?
Because I don't know.
That's for me to know.
Yes, that's for you to know.
This
Exactly.
happened to you, Luke. Why are you
Yes,
asking
happened to you,
questions?
Luke. I remember being there. By himself. And then he hears them banging on his door this time. He hears the door handle shaking. Sees its eyes peering directly at him. Trying to get in, trying to break the window of the door.
Oh no.
Because it has the windows.
Yeah.
Well, some people don't know. Some people don't think that doors have windows on them because
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Banging on the window. Okay, banging on the window of the door, screaming because it wants in. Hands to Austin outside.
Where did I come from?
You're the monster.
Oh my god!
He has a knife in his other hand.
Oh god. Why am I doing this?
Banging on the window of the door. And he vanishes again. Luke opens up the door. Austin, ready with a knife. Swings at him. And Luke jumps back.
Yes.
Because
Very
he
suave.
has sixth sense.
No.
And moved backwards before he could even.
I did a backflip backwards.
Sure.
And I'm wearing a top hat.
Whatever you want to do. He was wearing his purple top hat and his bow tie and everything, and his purple suit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he screams. He's scared for his life because Austin. Why? Why is Austin?
Why did I do that?
Why is Austin
Yeah.
doing this?
That's awesome.
Because Luke put the computer on top of Austin's car.
Oh my god! Why would you do that?
And Austin was terrified, and he was terrified that his computer was completely lost forever.
How could you do
so
that
sorry.
to me?
And then that's
truth
why
coming
he's trying to kill Luke.
But why was he in the cabin?
Because you were trying to have a vacation by yourself. Because you wanted
Austin.
You wanted to be away from Hunter and Austin.
Who's Hunter?
After
He's not in the story.
you wanted to be away from me and Austin because after what you did to Austin,
Who's me? Just continue.
you wanted to be away from Austin because of what happened, what you've done.
Yeah.
The thing you did to him. You terrified him.
I did.
You almost ruined his entire
I
life.
put our podcast at stake on
You
purpose.
almost ruined his life.
Yeah. Even though I'm on this podcast. That's why I'm not
And
wearing
he
the
talks
shirt.
to you,
Yeah.
and he talks to you with a knife in his hand. As he walks in, he walks towards you
No.
slowly. he walks towards you slowly, doing what William Afton did with a knife, go like that.
But he's not wearing gloves.
whatever. No, not.
So for the
ac-
viewers to
not the
visualize
actual-
visualize this for the viewers, I go like that.
Yeah, like that. But he does what William Afton does.
Yeah, and,
Right?
and Ghostface.
And Ghostface, yeah. He starts walking at Luke, asks him, why? Why did you do this to me? Luke answers, because I don't like this podcast. I hate it. And I've hated it from the very beginning. This idea was
you.
stupid. I hate you, Hunter, and I hate you, Austin.
Oh my god.
And that is why Austin kills Luke.
This was back. This was like beginning of the school year, so kind of a while ago. My friend suggested that I go to Dunkin' Donuts, and working at a coffee shop, I was like, okay, maybe I should spread my horizon, try other coffees,
Yeah.
not just drink coffee from here. Which, by the way, the coffee from our hidden secret location
We have decided multiple times.
is the only coffee that I like.
Oh, good.
From anywhere.
I thought you were gonna be like, it's bad.
No, it's it's genuinely
No, I like it. It's great.
it's genuinely the only coffee I can tolerate.
That's great,
and
yeah.
actually like. But anyways, my friend suggested that him and I go to Dunkin' Donuts. For what reason I don't remember, but I was like, all right, yeah, I'll try some coffee there. So I go there, and what I get is, this is why, because this was when the the ice spice drink was there.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm gonna try that. Let's try the ice spice drink. So the gist with the ice spice drink is that it comes with these little things called munchkins in it.
Oh.
Wait. What?
It's these little donut things
Donut
that go on top
holes.
of it.
Why are they called munchkins?
Don't ask.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's also a reference to what she says in one of her songs. I don't listen to her music.
Yeah,
but
it is a
Oh, it
reference to
is.
something she says in one of her songs.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't listen to her music, but I've just seen so many memes. and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the ice spice drink is supposed to come with these munchkin things, and I get there, my friend gets one, and then I go and I ask for one, and she's like, "Sorry, we actually just ran out of the munchkins, but we'll give it to you just without those. Is that okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care." So then I order that, and then I also ordered this little like breakfast sandwich thing. That looks kind of good. It was on like sourdough or something.
Ooh.
And then I go and I sit down, and just for context, this is the dirtiest place I have ever been to in my entire life. Literally every table coated in just like a layer of stickiness.
Gross.
It's just like food bits everywhere.
I know
Just
what you're,
disgusting.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
so-
Yucky.
Floors look disgusting. But anyway, we sit down in all this grossness, and I tried my breakfast sandwich because my drink is still being brought to me. The worst breakfast sandwich I have ever tried.
Yucky.
The egg looked like gray.
That reminds me of the McDonald's.
Yeah. Like the school.
Yeah,
Kinda like,
the egg looked gray. The I know it was supposed to be sourdough, but it was literally sour.
Sourdough.
So
I took it way too seriously.
I took probably one bite of that, and I was like, no.
Yeah. No more.
So I stopped eating that, and I was like, please bring me my drink. I need something to wash this down with.
Yeah.
I need to get this flavor out of my mouth.
And
Yeah.
the drink was worse.
And I get my drink, and I look at the receipt, and it's weird because it's not rung up like how my friend's is, because he also didn't get the munchkin things because they were out of those. It's not rung up as a ice spice drink like his is.
Oh,
Mine's
no.
rung up as a large iced caramel coffee, and I'm like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
I just take my straw, I put it in, I drink it. The foulest coffee
Yeah.
I have ever tasted in my entire life. So not only
Gross.
so now it's just like two flavors just combating in my mouth, just like disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely disgusting. But the real heart of this story and the best part of it all is how I mentioned how gross and dirty it is. And then I look outside, and this honestly just infuriated my soul when I saw this.
Yeah.
An employee was sweeping the parking lot.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Is that a thing people do?
I don't know. she was out there sweeping the parking lot when Dunkin' Donuts looked like somebody just took all their products and just threw it around, like just sweeping the parking lot. Why?
That reminds me of so I know this has nothing to do with like Dunkin' Donuts, but it reminds me of like in like the military, the sergeants and stuff like that. Well, for punishment, make them mop the rain. It will make them mop the rain until it's all gone, until it's dry.
Oh
but
my
the
God.
point
Sounds
is
impossible.
that's the point.
Yeah.
Is the punishment is that they will never stop until it's done raining, basically.
Wow.
That's
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think that employee was like, it's too dirty to clean up the Dunkin' Donuts. The Dunkin' Donuts is dirtier than the parking lot. I did parking lot first.
Yeah.
Maybe mine was less of a story and more of just like a funny thing I saw. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so this is an actual terrifying story. Like genuinely, I thought I just had a brush with death.
Yeah.
This happened a few days ago, actually. I was leaving Chipotle, because I just had Chipotle for lunch, so I was driving out of the parking lot, and up on, like, the exit to the parking lot goes up on a little ridge, and then there's, like, a little pathway where, like, people walk or whatever, to go to, like, the Circle K or whatever. So I pull up to that, and I see this dude walking, and I see that he's about to get to that little pathway, and I'm like, I do him the kind courtesy of just pulling up, close enough, but not letting, giving him space to walk across that thing. Otherwise, he'd have to, walk all the way around my car or whatever. So I give him the kind courtesy of that, and he walks on this pathway as I'm just like sitting there, and this dude literally like in a hoodie, hood up, hands in his pockets, not the stereotype, but like just like walking and just like he looks at me. And he makes the meanest eye contact I've ever seen in my entire life. And this was going on for like probably like 30 seconds total. I kept trying to look away from him. I kept looking down, and then like every time I'd glance back up, he's still glaring at me.
That's weird.
And he just keeps looking at me like he thought I was like in a gang or something.
He thought you were in a gang?
Or like I was looking for him or something.
That's so weird.
Or like my letting him walk there was a sign of disrespect or something. Like I don't know.
Well, maybe you were there. Maybe he was there waiting for somebody and he thought that you were the guy. He's like, why is he leaving?
Yeah, he was like, is that my drug dealer?
Yeah, something like that.
Give me my drugs.
Yeah.
Hello. It's Austin chiming in. Since a majority of the stories, at least so far in the podcast, have been told by me, at least like the wackier ones, I thought it'd be important for me to explain the importance of these stories. I just think they're a big part of our podcast, and whether we're doing a special, whether we're doing ranking video games on a tier list, or just any kind of episode, we always have some sort of story we're trying to tell. And I think the three of us are all storytellers at heart. I think that's a big part of why we enjoy creating, and why we enjoy making these episodes and doing this podcast, and why I think we're going to do it for much longer. So yeah, we're all just storytellers at heart.
God dang media junkies trying to take over my show. Well, how's about this for a little amusement? For our greatest segment of this episode of this Junkies Jumbotron, we've got the 3 media failures. Take a trip down memory lane and remember how the 3 media junkies failed you.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. And then I was like, oh, the ship is...
Don't. Okay. It's back.
It just completely turned off for no reason.
Okay,
at
I
all.
don't know if you could hear us there.
Yeah, sorry everybody.
Sorry.
Our audio mixer just turned off.
Is that the first? That's the
That's
first.
the first time I've ever done that.
mid-episode blunder we've
I'm just
had.
gonna leave
Weird.
that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave that in.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
That's what we're talking about. Oh yeah.
Ho ho ho, Media Junkies. I'm Austin,
I'm Luke.
I'm Hunter.
and welcome to our Christmas special.
Yeah. Take two.
Yeah. So I guess even though we talked about in the last episode, this is our second try at a Christmas special. I don't know what went wrong with the last one, but it did go wrong.
Hey, don't say that. I have very good reasons why it went wrong.
True. True. Yeah.
Going into content creation, I've always wanted to do something like this, but I always feared mistakes and mishaps. And going into the podcast, I was like, there's no way we can make a mistake. You know, we're going to be awesome at it. And when they did happen, it was really funny. And it was frustrating, but it was also a learning experience. I think that's what really matters about these.
No one's laughing now, are ya? Listening to how all you failed. Well then, let's keep the doom and gloom going a little bit, shall we? Let's go on with the sappiest moments on the 3 Media Junkies podcast. This goes from the saddest of the sad moments, so grab your tissues and get ready to bawl your eyes out.
Differently. What do we got?
I'm looking forward to just doing this more because
Okay.
it has taken me out of this funk of always wanting to not do stuff. You know what I mean? Because I used to always look for free time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since I've started doing this podcast, I get excited about doing this, and therefore I realize that it's exciting to get to go and hang out with your friends and do stuff. And I have like a good social personality.
Yeah.
But I used to just like go home from school and be done and not want to do anything else. But I've been planning so much more stuff with my friends because I've
Yeah.
been realizing how much fun it is to go out and do stuff.
That's awesome.
And specifically,
Like
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Specifically, this podcast has just made it such a good. It just opened me up, you know.
Good
And
excuse.
it's such a fun conversation starter to be able to be like, "Hey, I'm on a podcast. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool, right? Here's my
Yeah.
shirt."
I know.
You know?
Just unveiled his
yeah.
shirt.
You cannot do that in public. You cannot just go, shirt, look.
Yeah. But it's just one of those things. I'm gonna go on top of the Empire State Building and scream like, "Come watch 3 Media Junkies!
Oh,
I'm doing a cool thing, you know."
No one's
Yeah.
going to hear you.
No one's gonna hear you scream.
I know. I'm on top of a building. No one's gonna be what?
Yeah. Obviously,
You get
our goal is we're still gonna do it. Still
Yeah,
gonna do
we're
the
still doing
podcast.
podcasts,
Totally.
obviously.
This podcast means so much to me, and I'm totally willing to work through all the hardships of college and still do this podcast because this isn't just something that I do just for the sake of doing it. It's
Yeah.
something that I do love to do.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And so many different levels.
Yeah, and it's just an outlet, obviously, to talk about stuff,
Yeah.
to be creative in a unique way. And
it's, like,
it also, and it does apply to my career as well. Like I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast, but I did get accepted into digital media production.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
That's
yeah.
thank you. That's a nice thing I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, it directly applies to this podcast because this is digital media production. right here.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes, it is.
So I already have experience that I can show for it. We can all show for it if anywhere down the line you need to.
Yeah.
So it also can be a helpful thing. Just to show somebody like, hey, look, we have like over 50 episodes or 100 episodes of a podcast.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You can really say
At that point, we'll have a lot.
anybody
Yeah.
can do it, but no one can say that they've done it for that long.
No one can.
haven't
We've
done
dedicated to it throughout the hard times, which is what
Exactly.
which really shows the
Even-
quality
Yeah.
of this podcast.
Even when we were like,
And
'cause I
obviously,
know-
when you have like 20 episodes,
yeah,
still.
we've had thoughts, because we've had like a dry spell of like
Yeah.
just not wanting to do podcasts, like especially when we like record 2 episodes, and then just take like a week or 2 off. Like there's a dry spell, and we kind
Yeah,
of
we're
just
just like,
get
all right,
tired.
you know.
Yeah.
We're having kind of near the end of the year. We caught this podcast.
Yeah.
This is the first like new year we've had with this podcast. This is gonna be a full year of 3 Media Junkies.
Good
So it's
point.
like, are we ready? You know
Yeah,
what I
we
mean?
started this halfway through. This whole leading up to this has been kind of like a demo almost.
Yeah,
Like,
almost.
This is finally our full year of doing this.
Yeah.
And obviously, I feel like this is going to be a super easy resolution for us to get to.
Yeah.
But Let's do it for a full year.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
we can do it.
I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to the future of this podcast, and I think it's going to get just so much better from here.
Yeah, it
Definitely.
really is. It really is. Please tune in. Please tell everybody that you can about this podcast.
Yes.
You would love it.
Yeah. And I think our audience has grown so much.
Yeah,
since
it
we
really
started.
has. It really has.
It's been nice hearing feedback, not only from family, from friends, just from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been nice to actually have listeners.
And what I will say is that I have noticed about like 100 or so people that listened to the first episode,
yeah.
and I don't know that we've told 100 people that we've been doing this podcast.
I don't
But it
think
also
so.
could
So
be.
if anybody is
rewatches.
listening that we don't
Yeah.
know, please keep listening and please spread
Yeah,
the
please.
word because
Yeah.
we would love it if this
We
podcast could
appreciate
grow.
every single one of our listeners, whether we know them or not.
Yes.
You're appreciated, and we're so glad that you're here on our journey of
Yes, we're so yes,
chaotic
we really are.
ADHD ranting.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, I think that's a good close off for this episode.
Right then. Well, what an era that was, huh? Well, there's only much more to come in the history of the Three Media Junkies podcast, mates. So, without further ado, my name is Recap Roger, and this has been your Junkies Jumbotron.